Hello everyone, I am going to try and show you all how to make a flower like this. Okay, this particular one is with Cocquina. The dark purple inside and very light on the outside. And I made this one as well, so it's just a little bit looser than the first one that I made. As you get better, you start changing it up a little bit. So, start with two even sizes, opposite sides, so that you can match up the coquina so it looks like it's a whole shell with, oh, I got the wrong side. Here we go. So we have the whole two opposite sides so they match up like so. Okay, you've got one end and the other, and then you glue them together. Okay, so you do that, and with a glue gun. All right, all I'm going to do is split them out. Just put a little glue on the inside of one without trying to get it on my fingers. All right, and then put it down so I don't burn myself, and cover it and let it sit for just a minute or so, or less I should say, and just pick it up with pliers and make sure that's not going to burn your fingers. Then once you feel like it's cooled off a little, you can start to hold on to it in your hand and hold it so it stays even, okay, until it cools off. You want it to stay tight together because that's going to be the center of your flower. The center of your flower, and you're going to put some glue on this batter bottom here, like that, a big blob. You don't really need to get technical. And then I have one of these little shells, very common on the beaches, Florida beaches, and I'm going to glue it right on the top. That I'm doing that so that I can have a base to work off when I'm adding all the petals on the outside of this. Now, if you notice, the tip of this has opened up a little bit, which is fine. The center of a flower could be like that, and it doesn't have to be all the same. Alright, so from there, let it cool just a bit. I'm going to just put it down where you can see it. Right here. Okay, you see it on the bottom of the screen there? Okay, so I'm going to take one at a time. First I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to put a circle of glue all around. I have already laid out all my coquina, as you can see on my paper towel down here, all the same color ones. There are so many different varieties of coquina shells on the beaches. I picked a dark purple inside, because that's the color that you're going to see on the flower, is the inside of the coquina shell. And I'm just going to start arranging them before the glue gets too dry. I'm just going to arrange them all the way around. And they start out tight and near the center. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you know, flowers are not perfect. So, there you go. There's the beginning of that. Just a 3. And there's a little more glue there. I'm going to try and pick one that's close in size. You try and make them start out with the smaller sizes around the whole, circle it around. And then you go out to bigger and bigger until you form your larger part of the flower. I am starting with the little taller one right there. And then I'm just going to add some more glue on the outside of this, like so. take the next one and start gluing it just like that. It doesn't take that long for that glue to set, so that is the reason why I have gone ahead and prepared all my shells in order of size. Once you get to the point where your glue gets cold kind of quick too, so if you have to, you can take the glue gun and melt the glue a little bit so it will glue back, and you can squeeze just a little extra right in there and in there, and that's just falling down for a minute. I'm going to pick it up on the edge and put it right back where it's supposed to be. No big deal. If it falls off, you can just pull it off gently. It will come off. And then you can just keep going around and around and around. And you're trying to make it kind of even. But if it's not too even, don't worry too much about it. You can always stick an extra petal in there somewhere. Or coquina, should I say, petal. Because that's what they are, petals. And I am just going to keep going. I apologize if you can't really see too well. I'm away on a trip in my RV. That's where I'm at, in my RV. And I am just arranging them. So that was just glue that came off onto my fingers, and it was cool enough so it didn't bother me. So I'm just going to keep going all the way around with some more glue and just keep going. And until the leaves, the petals get bigger and bigger. This one's falling down. Straighten it right back up. This glue is comes easy off your fingers too, so if you get it on your nails, I have no nails to speak of, so it doesn't much matter to me, but I am just kind of building it up. This petal's falling down, so I'm just going to put a little glue behind it to give it some support, and then I'm going to put a little extra glue on the outside where I'm going to add more. Now the reason I chose the size base here is basically the size the base of the flower is going to be. So if you're going to have a flower that's going to be twice the size of that shell on each, the leaf of the outside should be, the outside should be about the same size as the center. So you get 3 of that size going across. Okay? I apologize if I'm not explaining it too well here, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. As you can see, I'm also rearranging the one before. My fingers are getting really stuck to this. Okay, here we go. Where did I leave off? Let's see. I'll go over here. I need some more glue. And more glue. Okay. And I'm going to go with this one, and just, you don't even have to really worry about it being all that even, because the petals of the flowers could be going up and on the side a little bit, or you see what I mean? It's going to look beautiful no matter which way you put the leaves, because you made it. I am not a professional, you guys, so just believe me, you can do this. I have just taught myself how to do this, and learn trial and error. And that's what's great about this glue with these shells are so forgiving. There we go. I'm going to put another one right there. It's a little time consuming, but it's fun. The end product is just so beautiful. I found different colors, coquina shell on the beach, and I've been sorting through my piles of coquina shell, trying to get all the same color variations. I don't know if you can see over here, I've got the lighter colors up here. Yeah, there you go, the white, off-white colors. And then I've got like little pinker and a little bit more of a lavender here, and then a deeper purple is what I'm working with right now. Because I wanted to make sure you could see it well enough. It gets kind of hard to see on the video. If it's not white against white, it's not exactly. No, it's getting... Alright, that one I'm going to put over here because I didn't like the way it looked over there. A little more glue. Alright, this is basically what you're doing. You just keep adding, going around and around and around the base of that shell. And again, for the center, you are matching two shells together so that they abut, just like a whole coquina would be, the actual clam that before it gets picked off by the birds and natural causes. So this is going to keep going until I feel that I like the size of it and the shape of it. If I want to put a petal here or here because it's not, it's empty there, then I can do that. I've got a little glue there. How's that? Is that good? Yeah, it looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna have to put some more on this end because that is not even. Alright, so I'm gonna go on this side, put some more glue on, and I'm gonna start adding them there. And that one can go here. And like I said, it's your creation. You do what you want with it. You can make it looser, tighter. You can make just the bud. You can go with larger coquina shell than I'm using. I mean, there are different colors, different sizes. So it's just a matter of what patience you have and how much patience you have as far as trying to sort them out. But this is how I've gotten it so far. Okay, and the bottom of the shell is like that. Now when I made my first one, I used a different center. I've been trying different things. Now this is the different center that I'm using. I am not sure what kind of shell that is on the tip of my... It's just a little tiny shell. I found them. It's got a little tiny hole on top because they were used for, those plant hangers or whatever that are made out of shell. These are those little ones that are in between the decorations. So I had one that was broken, so I took it apart and I took the shells. And I'm taking that shell and I'm sticking it on the end like this. And I'm going to dot a little glue inside that little tiny hole so that it stays on my wire. And then I can use it as the stem, and I can start building my petals all around. So that's just another method of the flower. And I can show you the one that I did do with that kind of a center. And that is, see if I can get it to focus. What you're doing is you're going in tightly with the coquina shells around it, so that this center looks like a bud. And it is. It looks like just like a bud, doesn't it? That's the bottom of the shell. So that's it. If you have any questions, please make a comment below, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Have fun. Bye-bye.